Good evening, everyone. So, once again, a very warm welcome from the team BioPoint Stream the World of Bio. So, welcoming you all to yet another super awesome session from BioPoint Stream the World of Bio Crash Course 2021, a one shot lecture on structural organization in animals. So, right now, we are gonna again do with the playlist Crash Course 2021. So as usual, this video too will be uploaded in the playlist Crash Course 2021, and you do visit our playlist, and the direct link for the playlist is given there in the description box. So do visit that and try to cover the portions maximum if there is any doubt with the portions total now in the one shot lecture. So, welcoming you all to the one-shot session on structural organization in plants. Before moving on with this session, reminding you to join the Telegram group right now, where we have the daily session updates and where you can interact with me, and you have the MCQs in the form of polls, and where you can have the mentor doubt clearance. The direct link to join the Telegram group is given there in the description box, and it is t.me/need underscore biopoint. So if you're ready for the session, give me hearts on the screen right now. Give me hearts on the screen. Yes, everyone. So let's move on with today's session, starting with epithelial tissues. The first topic of the day, the very first topic of the day, we have epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues, as we all know, can be divided into two as simple epithelial tissues and compound epithelial tissues. That is single layered epithelium and multi-layered epithelial tissues. And in this different types of epithelial tissues, what we are gonna learn right now, let's look at. First is the single layered epithelium can be classified mainly into, oh my god, can be classified mainly into three: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and columnar epithelium. Then squamous epithelium, that is the location, walls of blood vessels in alveoli, walls of blood vessels in alveoli, and their function is diffusion. Function of squamous epithelium is diffusion. Very important. The function of squamous epithelium, that is a diffusion. And in case of cuboidal epithelium, the ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephron. In these two structures, that is this cuboidal epithelium is or cubical epithelium is seen. And what is the function of this cuboidal epithelium? It is secretion and absorption, right? Secretion and absorption. Then the third one that we have is columnar epithelium. In the columnar epithelium, that is they are located in the lining of stomach and intestine, lining of stomach and intestine, and their function is secretion and absorption. Secretion and absorption, same as that of cuboidal epithelium. Then if we just revise this squamous epithelium, we have their location and the walls of blood vessels in alveoli and their function as diffusion. If we revise this cuboidal epithelium, they are found in the ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephrons, and their function is secretion and absorption. Third one that we are going to check is the columnar epithelium, where we can found that in the lining of stomach and intestine, and their function is secretion and absorption. So hope everything is clear till now. If it is clear, perfectly okay, give me hearts on the screen right now. Give me hearts, guys, fast. Okay, everyone. So this squamous epithelium, it's also known as what? The squamous epithelium, as we have discussed in the what detailed lecture. The squamous epithelium is also known as pavement epithelium. Pavement epithelium. It is what made up of a single thin layer of latent cells, right? They are made up of a single thin layer of latent cells, and they have irregular boundaries, right? And they are, as we have discussed, their location as in the walls of blood vessels and alveoli, and their function, that is, it functions for diffusion, that is the gaseous exchange, that is, they are found in alveoli. So from that itself, we can derive one function, that is diffusion. Oh my god. I'm not at all able to write now. Wait a second. And diffusion, that is gaseous exchange. Then protection, protection, not able to write. Okay, protection, then excretion and secretion of certain ceromic fluid and all is the function of squamous epithelium. Then if we move about cuboidal epithelium, that is composed of cube-like cells and found in, as we have discussed, it is found in the ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephrons in kidneys. And what is their main function? As we have discussed, exactly it is secretion and absorption. Okay, and this cuboidal epithelium may have certain cells. Cells of this cuboidal epithelium may have certain structures called as microvilli. My God, not at all able to write. Okay, microvilli. So why these structures called microvilli are present? In order to increase the absorptive surface area. In order to increase the absorptive surface area, these microvilli are present. That is example in the epithelium of PCT of a nephron. We have learned that this cuboidal epithelium is found in the tubular part of nephron, that is in the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. The epithelium present, the cuboidal epithelium present in the PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron. We can see certain structures called as microvilli to increase the absorptive surface area. Is that clear? Then, after this, we have the columnar epithelium, which is also called as brush bordered epithelium. Brush bordered epithelium. And the location that is in the lining of stomach and intestine, and their function is secretion and absorption. So, what then? Next, we are moving on with the compound epithelium. That consists of more than one layer of cells or multi-layer of cells, and that is their location is in the skin, buccal cavity, pharynx, pancreatic ducts, and their function is protection. Okay, then so the simple columnar or simple cuboidal epithelial cells, on the base of their secretion, they can be classified into two as unicellular glands and multicellular glands. The glandular epithelium can be classified into two as unicellular and multicellular glands. Is that clear? And based on the mode of pouring of secretion, they can be classified into endocrine gland and exocrine gland. So is it clear? Give me thumbs ups. Give me thumbs up on the screen. Excuse me. Then modification of columnar or cuboidal cells. That is a ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium, that is they line the inner surface of hollow organs like bronchioles, fallopian tubes, etc. And they help in the movement of mucus, egg, and cerebrospinal fluid in a particular direction. All these are the functions of ciliated epithelial cells. Ciliated epithelial cells. Now, we have glandular epithelium. As we have discussed, on the basis of their secretion, they can be classified into two as unicellular glands and multicellular glands. Unicellular glands consist of isolated glandular cells, that is example goblet cells of alimentary canal, and the multicellular that consists of a cluster of cells. Okay, that is example salivary glands. And further, they can be classified into two as tubular glands and saccular glands. Tubular and saccular. Now, after this, on the base of the mode of pouring of secretion, on the base of the pouring of secretion of their secretion, they are further divided into two types, that is exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. That is if the secretions are poured on the surface, on the epithelial surface through certain duct, specialized duct, it is known as exocrine gland. That is, they have ducts for pouring their secretion. Example, salivary glands, gastric glands, mucus glands, sebaceous glands, mammary glands, all these have ducts for pouring their secretion. Whereas endocrine glands are ductless glands and they produce hormones and they pour directly it into the blood, and they are known as ductless glands since they lack ducts. Example, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pituitary gland, etc. All these are endocrine glands. Is that clear till now? Is that clear till now? Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up if it's clear for you right now. Okay, everyone. Fine. So now we are moving on with the next topic, that is the cell junctions. These junctions provide link between adjacent cells. They provide link between adjacent cells, and they are of three types, that is the tight junction, adhering junction, and gap junction. Tight junction, adhering junction, and gap junction. These are the three junctions, cell junctions. Okay, and these cell junctions, they have certain specific functions. That is, the tight junctions helps to stop the substances from leaking across a tissue. Helps to stop the substances from leaking across a tissue. Adhering junction, they perform cementing. Adhering junction, they perform cementing in order to keep the neighboring cells together. In order to keep the neighboring cells together, they perform cementing. Then, gap junctions, they facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells in order to ensure the rapid transfer, in order to ensure the rapid transfer of ions and molecules, in order to ensure the rapid transfer of ions and molecules. This is all about cell junctions. This is all about cell junctions. So hope it's also clear for you right now. It's also clear for you right now. And now we are moving on with the connective tissues. Connective tissues. So as usual, before moving on to that, before moving on to the topic, let me explain about in brief about this connective tissues. Let me explain in brief about this connective tissues. That is, they are most abundant and widely distributed tissues where in the body of complex animals. In the body of complex animals, the most abundant and widely distributed tissue is this connective tissues, and they are named so because of their special function. Why they are named as connective tissues? Because of their specialized function in linking and supporting other organs and tissues. Oh, it can't be seen, very sorry, very sorry. In linking and supporting other organs and tissues of the body. They range from soft connective tissues to different specialized connective tissues like cartilage, bones, adipose tissue, blood, etc. All these are different types of connective tissue. So from the soft connective tissue to all these different vast varieties of connective tissue. And the cells of this connective tissue, that is except blood, they have they have uh, they secrete fibers of structural proteins. They secrete certain fibers of structural proteins called collagen fibers. Collagen fibers or elastin fibers. Collagen fibers or elastin fibers, and they provide strength, elasticity, and flexibility to the tissue. So these two fibers, they provide strength, elasticity, and flexibility to the tissues. And they also secrete modified polysaccharides which accumulate between cells and fibers and act as matrix. Okay, fine. Then, connective tissues are of three types, that is loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and specialized connective tissue. And they are packed, loosely packed connective tissue, that is loosely packed fibers and fibroblasts are of two types, areola connective tissue and adipose connective tissue under the skin, that is both are present under the skin. And areola connective tissue support for epithelium, and adipose connective tissue, this it cells adipocytes store fat, helps in the storage of fat. So areolar connective tissue, it is present beneath the skin and it contains fibroblasts, that is they produce and secrete fibers, and macrophages and mast cells. These are the components of areolar connective tissue. So what all are the components of areolar connective tissue? Fibroblasts, fibroblasts, macrophages, and mast cells. And mast cells. Okay, fine. And they serve as a supportive framework for epithelium. And this adipose tissue, they have the excess of nutrients that are converted into fats and they are stored by the cells of this tissue. So cells of this adipose tissue is known as adipose connective tissue is known as adipocytes. Adipocytes. Okay, fine. Then dense connective tissue, that is mainly consists of two types: dense regular connective tissue, that is the tendon and ligament, and dense irregular connective tissue, that is the consisting of the fibers and fibroblasts. So collagen fibers are regular and tendons, that is attach muscles to bones. MBT, MBT. Muscle to bone, that is tendon, or MTB, muscle to bone. From that itself you can connect it other way, muscles, tendon, bone. So both these muscles and bones are connected by tendon. And this bone to bone, BBL or BLB or LBB, anyway you can remember it, that is bone to bone ligament. Bone to bone it's ligament, and muscle to bone it is tendon. Okay, then dense irregular connective tissue, that is also present in the skin. Irregular patterns of fibers, that is fibroblasts and fibroblasts and fibers. They are consisting of collagen fibers and they are arranged or oriented differently. All these are about irregular dense connective tissue. So hope it's perfectly clear till now. Is it perfectly clear till now? Okay, everyone. So fine. Let's move on. Specialized connective tissues, they are of three types, that is cartilage, bone, and blood. Cartilage, bone, and blood. These are the three types of specialized connective tissues. And this cartilage, it is the soft skeletal tissue. Cartilage is the soft skeletal tissue, and the cells of this cartilage are known as chondrocytes, and they are enclosed in small cavities in which certain substances like matrix are filled with. In this what cavities are certain structures like matrix are filled with. And intercellular material is solid and pliable and resists compression. So the intercellular material between this cartilage is pliable. They are pliable and that resists compression. And most of the cartilage in vertebrates are replaced by bones in adult. Then the next second one is the bone that is non-pliable and rich in calcium salt. The bone cells are known as osteocytes and function as protection, support, and locomotion. Then these bones are present in specialized cavities or spaces known as what? Lacunae. Lacunae. Specialized spaces where these bones are present. And this bone is the main tissues that provide the structural framework of the body, and they support and protect the softer tissues and organs, right? And they what interact with the skeletal muscles and bring about movements. And what is the site of protection of this bone? It is the red bone marrow. Red bone marrow. Site of production of bone of blood cells, sorry, site of production of blood cells, that is the bone marrow which is inside the lungs, sorry, very sorry, the bone marrow which is inside the bone is the part where the blood cells are formed. Extremely sorry, because what I have discussed is extremely foolishness. Bone marrow is not at all in the lungs, it is in the bone. It's the cavity inside the bone. Okay. And the third one is the fluid connective tissue, that is the blood containing plasma, red blood cells, and white blood cells and platelets. It is the main circulating tissue that helps in transport of various substances like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and removal of excretory waste, urea, ammonia. All these are taken by carried out by this fluid connective tissue, that is the blood, that helps in circulation of various substances. Clear with that? So that's all for specialized connective tissues too. Hope the topic of specialized connective tissue is over right now. Connective tissue too is over right now. Yes. And now we have muscle tissues and neural tissue. Okay. My throat is not getting well. Anyway, I'm just moving on with the lecture. Skeletal or striated or voluntary muscles, that is, they are attached to bone and striations are present. Visceral or non-striated or smooth, that is involuntary and fusiform, no striations are present and they are found in blood vessels, stomach, intestine, etc. Cardiac muscles, that is involuntary, seen in heart, and communication junction, that is intercalated disc, are present. The neural tissue, they are found in neural system and made up of neurons and neuroglia. Is it clear till now? Is it clear till now? Is it clear till now? Okay, fine. And now it's once again reminding you to join the Telegram group right now, where we have the daily topics and well planned schedule to crack the NEET 2021. And you have the daily quizzes too in our group. And reminding you to join it right now using the link in the description box or using t.me/neat underscore biopoint. So hope you will join. If anyone new is watching this session, will join the group right now. Moving on to the next slide. Let's move on. Continue with the class for the crash course 2021. We have the morphology of earthworm. Sorry, morphology of cockroach, whose scientific name is Periplaneta americana. Periplaneta americana, and they have a chitinous exoskeleton or a cuticle, and their body has three main regions, that is that is head, thorax, and abdomen. Head, thorax, and abdomen, they are brown or black bodied nocturnal omnivorous animals, that is, they are commonly seen active during night, and their body is segmented and is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen, and their entire body is covered by hard chitinous exoskeleton, and their head consists of antennae, mouth, antennae, compound eyes, biting and chewing mouth parts. Mouth parts, that is the labrum, that is the upper lip, two mandibles, two maxillae, and hypopharynx, that is the tongue, and a labium, that is the lower lip. These are the parts of the head of a cockroach. Okay, and in case of its thorax, it consists of three parts, that is the prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax. That is, each thorax segment bears a pair of walking legs, and two pairs of wings are rising from mesothorax and metathorax. That is the forewings and hind wings are rising from mesothorax and metathorax. So the one that arise from mesothorax is forewings and metathorax is hind wings, and they are opaque and dark. Forewings are opaque and dark, and hind wings are transparent, that is used in flight. So the wings that are used in flight for flying is hind wings, and their abdomen consists of 10 segments. Their abdomen consists of 10 segments. My god, my throat is get what drying up. Yes, everyone. Differences between male and female cockroach. The difference that we are going to learn right now, on the male on the right left side, and female on the right side. The first difference is that the wings beyond the tip of abdomen in case of male cockroach, and female cockroach we have the wings up to the tip of the abdomen. Okay, so what in case of males we have the anal styles are present, and in case of female anal styles are absent. So on the basis of identification of male and female cockroach is the presence and absence of anal styles. That is, its anal styles are present only in males and it is absent in females, whereas anal cerci, it is seen in both of the male and female cockroach. Is that clear? Is that clear? Then anatomy of cockroach. Digestive system. Alimentary canal has three parts: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Foregut, mouth to pharynx, to esophagus, to crop, that is to store food, and to gizzard, that is for grinding food, or proventriculus. Midgut, that is a mesentron, 6 to 8 tubules, that is hepatic or gastric CK, are seen at the junction of foregut and midgut, and they secrete digestive juice. Hindgut, that includes ileum, colon, and rectum. Okay. So mouth opens into the pharynx, that leads to a narrow esophagus which opens into the sac-like crop for storing food, and it is followed by gizzard or proventriculus which have six chitinous exoskeleton. Six chitinous exoskeleton, which is chitinous plates called teeth used for grinding food particles. Then, foregut and hindgut are ectodermal and are lined by cuticle, whereas the other one, midgut, is entodermal and it lacks cuticle. It is entodermal and lacks cuticle. Okay, excretory system. They are uricotelic, that is their excrete, that is mainly they excrete uric acid, therefore they are known as uricotelic. And their excretory organ is Malpighian tubules, and their respiratory system, trachea with 10 pair spiracles, branches of tracheal tubes are tracheoles. Okay, circulatory system, that is open type. Hemolymph is the blood, that is colorless plasma plus hemocytes. Blood from sinuses, that is hemo excuse me, very sorry. Blood from sinuses, that is the hemocoel, moves on to the ostia, then to the heart, then to anterior aorta, and moves on to the sinuses. Okay, very sorry. Nervous system. Three ganglia in thorax and abdomen, six up in the abdomen. The head holds a bit of only a bit of nervous system. So if the head of the cockroach is cut, it will still live for 1 week. So if we keep a cockroach and cut its head, still it can live for 1 week. Therefore, it is known as supraesophageal ganglion. That is the brain. The brain is known as supraesophageal ganglion. That is only a bit is present in the head. Sense organs, that is the antennae, eyes, maxillary palps, labial palps, and anal cerci, etc. Each eye compound eye estimate 2000 ommatidia. 2000 ommatidia is present in each compound eye. Cockroach can receive several images of an object, that is the mosaic vision. Reproductive system. Male reproductive system, that is two testes, seminal vesicles, axillary glands, and external genitalia, that is the male gonapophysis or phallomeres. That is the testes to vas difference to seminal vesicles to ejaculatory duct to male gonopore. This is the male reproductive system of the cockroach. Seminal vesicles to store sperms, that is the sperms to spermatopores. Axillary glands to this mushroom gland or phallic gland, they nourish these sperms. Female reproductive system is two large ovaries, oviducts, spermatheca, genital chamber, collateral glands, etc. Each ovary has 8 ovarian tubules or ovules containing developing ova, and oviducts unite into median oviduct, that is the vagina, to genital chamber. A pair of spermatheca is present, fertilized egg are encased in ootheca, and development is parometabolous, that is the nymphal stage. I have moved a bit fast in the last stage because we have certain question discussion too. So without wasting much time, we have to complete this in order to spare your time without wasting in these lectures. So moving on to the next part, that is the question discussions. The very first question. Zoological name of cockroach is Glossina palpalis, Periplaneta americana, Musca nebulo, Apis indica. Comment down your answers option 1, 2, 3, or 4. Exactly, the answer is option 2, Periplaneta americana. That is the zoological or biological or binomial name of a cockroach. The what scientific name of the cockroach. Then, second question. Diagnostic features of insect is segmented body, chitin in body wall, segmented body, chitin in body wall, three pair of legs and one pair compound eye, which is the diagnostic feature of insect. Comment down the answers as fast as possible. Yes, everyone. Revealing the answer, and it is option. Oh my god. It is option 3, three pairs of legs. So that is the diagnostic feature of an insect, that it consists of three pairs of leg. Then third question. Which are the two common Indian cockroaches? Periplaneta americana and Blatta indica. Periplaneta indica and Blatta orientalis. Periplaneta orientalis and Blatta americana. Periplaneta americana and Blatta orientalis. Comment down your answers whether it is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yes, exactly. The answer is option 4, Periplaneta americana and Blatta orientalis. Yes, everyone. Moving on to the next question. Characteristic of group Insecta is joined appendages, three pair of jointed legs, chitinous exoskeleton, compound eyes. Which is the characteristic of group Insecta? Yes, the answer is option 2. Three pair of jointed legs is the characteristic feature of group Insecta. Next question on the screen. Scientific scientists who give the name Periplaneta is Linnaeus, K. and Bahil, Burmester, D. Gerd. Which scientist gave the name Periplaneta? Exactly. It is option 3, Burmester. He is the scientist who gave the term periplaneta for cockroach. Sixth question. Pterygum is joined on the sides by pleuron, sternum, alimentary canal, muscles. Pterygum is joined on the sides by pleuron, sternum, alimentary canal, or muscles. Comment whether it is 1, 2, 3, or 4, and the answer is option 1, pleuron. Pterygum is joined on the sides by pleuron. Next question on the screen. The plate situated between the eyes and passing below that on the head of the cockroach is called vertex, frons, epicranium, gena, which is the plate situated between the eyes and passing below that on the head of the cockroach. Exactly, it is frons. The answer is option 2 or option B, frons. The eighth question on the screen. The dorsal plate of skeleton found on the abdomen of cockroach is called pleuron, sternum, pterygm, vertex. Identify the correct answer. Exactly, the answer is option 3, pterygm. Pterygm is the dorsal plate of skeleton found on the abdomen of cockroach. Ninth question on the screen. Outer border of pterygm bends down in cockroach and attaches with muscles, sternum, pleura, fat body cells. Identify the correct answer. Comment down your answers in the chat section as fast as possible. Come on. Exactly, the answer is pleura. And the last and final question on the screen. Last and final question on the screen. Mandibles of cockroach are short with grinding teeth, long and pointed, short without teeth, long and coiled. Comment down your answers as fast as possible. Come on. And it is option 1, short with grinding teeth. So that's all for structural organization in animals. Hope everything is clear till now. The entire chapter we have completed in one shot, and thanking you all for your patient listening and cooperation. So it's me signing off from your favorite and my favorite BioPoints team, the world of bio. Do hit the like button, do share it with your friends, and do subscribe BioPoints team, the world of bio. Bye everyone.